Uh, F China, you suck. Nah. Hello everyone, welcome to Bayern Now, the ultimate Bayern Munich fan channel. I don't know why I haven't talked about Timo Werner. I don't know why. I don't know why I haven't talked about Timo. No, I don't know why. I've been wondering why I haven't talked about Timo Werner. I haven't made a single video on Werner. And Werner's been twerking on us. More twerking than that Anaconda video with Nicki Minaj in it. That's what Werner's been doing towards Bayern. To be fair, Werner is like that girl that just flirts with everybody. But she makes you or every other dude feel special, right? She just makes you feel like you're the best dude ever. But she flirts with all your friends and all your other friends, every mutual you have. She flirts with them. That's what Werner does. He's flirted with Bayern. Now he's flirting with Liverpool and Manchester United, right? For me, yeah, I don't understand why Werner does this. You're a great player. You're sensational. You could be generational. Why are you flirting with these clubs? They should be flirting with you. What? And what's the hurry to leave Leipzig, to be honest? RB Leipzig are in the Champions League. They're in the Champions League, by the way, still. They beat Spurs, right? They're in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. They could still get a great draw, right? And then they'll be in the Champions League next season. They're also in the title race. So you're in a title race with Leipzig. And also, you're playing alongside great players under a great coach. I don't know why Werner is in such a hurry to leave Leipzig, to be completely honest with you. I don't get it. I don't understand why players do this. You're in a great system, okay? You're only 24. You're not going to die soon. You're not going to fulfill your dreams soon because you're too old. You're not 30. Seriously, I don't understand that. The Werner's 24 years old. His market value, I've been stalling, but here you go. That's Timo Werner for you. Everyone seems to love these graphics, but 24 years old, I mean, that's great. I mean, he has 10 years on him, right? Werner, top second goal scorer this season, behind Robert Presence, Lewandowski, right? It's not hard. I mean, it's not easy to be above Lewandowski, but that's Werner for you. That's Timo Werner. So, I mean, you look at here, 24 years old, 88 million, right? The thing is with Werner is I was reading somewhere that he would have costed 25 million or 35 million last summer, right? He would have come to Bayern for 35 million. And then I also read somewhere else that, he is still available for 30 or 45 million. It's weird. I don't understand. Or 55 million or whatever the number is. Thing is, Werner's actually cheap. Comparing him to most strikers, I mean, Luka Vujovic went to Real Madrid for 60 million, I believe, and he was, good, but not Werner level. He wasn't second top goal scorer in the Bundesliga, but Werner is. I mean, look at the strengths here. I mean, passing, finishing, key passes, holding the ball. Weaknesses, I mean, this guy's rapid, so you can imagine that his offside awareness is off. Off. That was cringy. And his defensive contribution, his aerial duels, and his crossing. Those are some of the weaknesses, but 88 million for a 24-year-old German. Now look, here's why this would be great for Werner to come to Bayern, right? Every German player, that's great, that's good, dreams of one thing, playing for the best German team, competing for every trophy, right? Because Bayern, it's not like Bayern is Juventus or PSG, right? PSG might be good domestically, but they're never good enough Champions League wise, and they still aren't, right? So Bayern's like on that level with Real Madrid, right? It's the best club in the world, or the top 3 best clubs in the world. There's Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Bayern, right? The 3 big ones, right? These are the 3 over the last few decades that have just been constantly dominating. Like, you can be a good team, right, like Liverpool this season and last season, but you can't be dominating, right? But Werner's going to come to Bayern, a team that's dominating, competing for every trophy, and he's going to get his chance, right, to give himself at the big stage in his home country. That's the perfect plan for any German player, which is why you see all of them trying to come to Bayern, right? You still see Toni Kroos, as much as he thinks Bayern is crap and evil for what they did and selling him to Real Madrid. Like, Kroos would love to come to Bayern and play again. Let's be honest. If you told Toni Kroos, hey, Bayern just offered you a good contract, decent wages, and they want you back, and Kroos would be ecstatic because he'll be in Germany. He'll finally stop speaking and saying, "Hola, me llamo Toni Kroos." No, he'll start saying, Ich bin, I don't know, I don't know any German, but you start speaking your own language. Just think about it, right? Some of you are in your country. I don't know where you're at, right? Some of us are in the U.S. If someone walks up to you and you go to Germany, for example, it's not gonna feel right, and they start speaking in their accent. It's just not gonna feel right. You have to learn German now, and it's gonna take a few years. But when you're in your home country, it's just great. It's fantastic. So this is a huge reason why I think Werner would love to stay in Germany and come to Bayern, because he's competing for everything, right? He's top. He's world class. He can be competing for even the bloody BALON d'Or, even though Bayern players are never going to win it unless we win the Champions League. And even if when we did, and Frank Ribery didn't win it either. BALON sucks, right? But still, that's the thing with Werner. He would love to come to Bayern. But what's up with the twerking with every single club? Who told you that's how you get a move, right? You're a great player, Timo. He has like 23 goals this season in 26 appearances, Timo Werner. He has that many goals. Werner's goal contributions are actually mad. They're crazy, right? You're behind Lewandowski. Why are you twerking with Liverpool and Manchester United and Spurs and all these crap teams? Or Liverpool's and crap. I'm just saying, if you're good, just say, okay, I'm open to a move. Liverpool will have to be the ones to come to you, not you going to them. And it just looks like he's that kid that just sucks up to people. Right, he's that kid at the playground that only picks when he's the captain or the picker first. Right, he picks only the good players to be with him, knowing he's crap himself. Right, that's what Werner's doing. He's just but actually the kid's good. Right, Werner's good. He might as well just be Mia Khalifa with the amount of sucking up he's doing to all these big clubs. I don't understand it. Who's next? Juventus? I mean, look, he was twerking for Liverpool just a few weeks ago, and then Liverpool got knocked out. I mean, Werner. I don't know why my lights are crackling. Oh, I just gave my light a pat and it came back. But he's twerking for Liverpool, and now he's twerking for Manchester United. He was twerking for Bayern for like a whole year. I mean, this guy, the only reason where people, the Bayern hierarchy were saying they didn't want Werner was because they thought he was too space reliant, which means he was too systematic, which... If you're playing on the Julian Nagelsmann, you are going to be a systematic player. Let's be honest. Julian Nagelsmann makes anyone look world class. He can make... Julian Nagelsmann, could take Shkodran Mustafi from Arsenal and make him look like Paolo Maldini and Franz Beckenbauer. Reborn! That's what Julian Nagelsmann could do. Julian Nagelsmann is a player improver. Why do you think every player that's played under Nagelsmann has gone, I've improved, because he's a player improver. Even I didn't know who half Leipzig's Klosterman. Who's Klosterman? And then all I see is in the German national team, he's just running down the right hand side. That's what a good manager does. He takes players that Nico Schultz as well at Dortmund. He is the one who improved so many of these players, right? That's what Nagelsmann does. So for me, I'm just like, yeah, obviously Nagelsmann has improved every player he goes with, so he could be making work. Werner could be crap and just a pace merchant, like the Bayern hierarchy seems to think. But I think Werner, if you give him, the impetus to improve in tight situations. The reason why we love Lewandowski is because Lewa is just he's so cold in tight spaces. He can dribble his way out of anything. He can power his way. He can hold the ball up. That's why we love him, right? He's not just one-dimensional where he runs in behind. Where he can, Lewa's not slow. He has pace. But Werner is just, people see him, they go, oh, he's just fast, and that's it. I think Werner has a lot to his game. I think his finishing, the thing with Werner as well is, yes, his finishing is good and he's scoring a lot of goals. But think about how many important goals he scored. That penalty versus Leipzig, he actually had a few chances. Oh, not Leipzig, Spurs. The penalty in London he scored. Werner actually had a few chances against Spurs and bottled them. That's my thing with Werner as well. Why? I don't understand that. A lot of players do this. Not younger anyway. They just always choke in front of goal. I think Havertz does the same, where he's in a big situation and maybe it's the post or he overhits it. Werner just doesn't have that composure. Lewandowski would relax, pick a spot, and that's it, right? Remember the goal he scored against Juventus where he read the situation and just, it was such a pass into the goal. It wasn't a strike, right? Most players would put all their power through it because they think that's going to make the shot better. But Lewa just places it, and Werner just always strikes it with so much power whenever he's under, pressure. At Tottenham, he should have scored more. I was actually thinking, wait a minute, Werner's only scored a pen. What has he done in this game? He's missed a few chances, to be honest. So for me, Werner, great at the whole attacking, right, backline pace and scoring goals. But who is he doing it against? I mean, okay, if you're scoring 23 goals in 26 appearances in the Bundesliga, you're a great player. You really are. You are sensational. And I think he broke Gerd Muller's record for the most goals in the Hinrunde. Is that what they call it in Germany? I don't care. It's the first half of the season. That's all I know. And he scored him and Lewandowski broke the record for. Oh no, actually, my bad. They didn't break any record. Gerd Muller scored 40 goals a season in the Bundesliga. I don't think anyone's breaking that. I was thinking Lewandowski, but will we ever see football again? That's the real question. It's not when Lewandowski will play. It's when's football coming back? Because at this stage, I'm actually kind of nervous. I think we're never going to see football again. We're never going to see football again. Hopelessness has creeped into my life. Okay, so what are everyone's opinions on Timo Werner? I know you can be watching it live, but if you're watching it after, right, put it in the comments live. I want to know, because for me, I'm just like, it's not that deep. If Werner came, I'd be like, yes, Werner. But I mean, that's because Lewandowski's here. If Lewa was gone, I think Timo Werner will join Liverpool. See, here's the thing. What's with the Liverpool links? I don't get it. What are Liverpool needing Werner for? If Werner went to Liverpool, he'd want to play every game. Unless Liverpool sell Firmino, which I think, I mean, where would Firmino go? And Firmino's not playing that well this season, right? He hasn't scored at Anfield. Well, he scored, but it didn't matter because Atletico beat Liverpool anyways. So where is Werner going to fit into Liverpool's system? He's not going to play in Mane's position because Werner, as much as Werner can play on the wings, he's not a winger. He's a striker. He wants to score goals. And Liverpool don't play with a striker that wants to score goals. They play with a striker that drops in between and in between the half space and drags defenders, giving space to Mane and Salah, who are the actual strikers, right? But you can say Liverpool play him out wide, but Mo Salah wants to play. Mane would want to start every single game. So I don't understand the Liverpool links, because as much as they're, Klopp is still a German guy who would like his German players, I don't think so. It's the same problem at Bayern. Here's the thing, right? Lewandowski is 31, right? And, I mean, he's not going to replace Lewandowski, but we actually have 1 billion injuries per season. Liverpool never... Mane gets injured, hamstring injury is back in 13 days. Lewandowski gets injured, well, I mean, Lewa never gets injured, but Gnabry will get an injury. But so that's when Werner comes in. And I think Werner would probably just be attracted to the proposition of playing in a German team with his German teammates. Let's be honest, he's having Havertz there next. I think Havertz will come to Bayern. I mean, all these players always link to moves to England. They never go to England. They never do, man. They never actually do. Have you noticed that? They're linked. Goretzka was linked to every freaking England club, and he went to Bayern for free as well. So he could have gone anywhere. He could have gone to Juventus, but he went to Bayern because of the whole idea of I'm playing the best German team. They're in the national team. I'm in my home country, speaking my language. We're competing for the best trophies. We have millions and millions of fans around the world, right? And you're paying high wages as well, right? It's a family club. Bayern is just a perfect club for like 90. If Messi left Barcelona, I think if Bayern went in there and offered him a good contract, he'd probably join because of the whole aspect where Bayern still top, winning trophies. And the thing is, we have so many good players that Werner would want to play. I mean, imagine Werner would love to play alongside Kimmich and Thiago and Alphonso Davies. He'd love that. I mean, you have to think about that as well. Who did Liverpool have? Jordan Henderson. Ugh. Wijnaldum. What's the attractive players there? Come on. I think Werner, as much as, yeah, Liverpool are in for him, and he, you know what, I wouldn't be surprised if it happened. I'm just saying, you know, that we don't have the same problem with Liverpool where we get a lot of injuries. Liverpool never get injured. When was the last time Salah was injured? If it wasn't his dislocated shoulder. It's like he's never injured. Nor is Firmino, nor is Mane. And when they are, it's for 3 days. And it's always always when they don't have a lot of games. They miss one game and they're back, right? But Werner, another thing with Werner, he's always fit. So, yeah, he'll want to play at Bayern too. But I think Firmino is going 30 this. Is he? Liverpool will lose Mane and Salah in January for the Africans, so I think Werner. Oh, I mean, that's actually a fair point, to be honest. I thought Firmino was 27 or 26. Well, you're right. I mean, Firmino's 28, so he's gonna turn 29. Okay, but think about it as well. Firmino and Werner they don't play the same. They don't. Werner is more of a running behind striker, right? And you can say he can learn, but players he wants to score goals. He strikes me as that because he scores goals. He's getting in more positions to score goals. But Firmino is more of a drop in, you know, drag players with you, create space for your wingers. That's what he does. But Werner isn't a winger either. He's not, because wingers are more, you know, they have skill to beat players. Werner is fast, and he can push the ball past people. But for me, he just doesn't fit Liverpool as much as people think. I mean, Liverpool do play with pacey players. Sorry, it's all good. It's all good. As much as you're wrong. No, I'm playing. So, you know what, Werner going to Liverpool. But okay, Manchester United as well. They need a striker that scores loads of goals. They have injuries all over the place, right? Werner will probably think about what's best for his career. And you can say Liverpool, but look, Liverpool are kind of sinking right now. Let's be honest. I mean, you're out of the Champions League. You're out of the FA. You're only winning one trophy. When last season, I mean, like 2 months ago, everyone was saying Liverpool win the treble. Well, you're only winning one trophy, and it's the trophy that's the easiest for you right now, the league. So I'm not saying you're a Liverpool fan, I'm just saying it in general. But still, as much as like Liverpool are a top team, I think they've hit their level, to be honest with you. Because next season, think about this. If you're a Liverpool player, next season, just think about this you're not a Liverpool player, but think about this, right? You're going to the next season, you're like, we just won the league. We did. What are you going to play for then? Right? You can say, oh yeah, let's go in the Champions League, but, you know, Real Madrid would have probably strengthened. You know, Barcelona would have probably strengthened. Bayern is, you know, with Sané, Havertz, all these people, so they're at the peak of their powers. So Liverpool won't have that advantage anymore because they've inflated a little bit. That's like, you know, Liverpool's like a balloon, right? That keeps going up in the sky. Eventually, I don't care how long it takes. It's going to just slowly drop. This happens to every manager. Jurgen Klopp and his players will burn out. Mane or Salah will leave, right? And when they don't have Mane and Salah for, what, is it a month with the African Cup of Nations for a few games where there's so many fixtures, and then you don't have that many backups. You know, you have to play Shaqiri or Origi on the wings, right? And you're starting to get exposed. You're not scoring as many goals. Players are going to get that in their mentality, right? Once Van Dijk, who hasn't played that excellent to his level and his standards this season, he's going to be like, well, you know, I've won the league, I've done the most, I've won the Champions League, what am I playing for, right? So that's going to be the huge problem for Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp. Even Liverpool fans on the website said there's been no contact with Leipzig, but Klopp's a big fan of Werner. Of course Klopp is a big fan of Werner. He's German, and Werner's German as well. So it's just one of those things where, you know, it's like it's like how British people just love players that are British. You know, it's the same thing. Every country person. I like Davies because Davies is from North America. As much as he's not from the U.S., I would love if Davies. If Davies was that's why I want Dest or Serge Dest from Ajax, because he's also North American. You know, he's actually American. that just makes it so much easier. But he's really not, because he was born in the Netherlands. He's just, eligible to play for the U.S. and that's why he plays for the U.S. But I would you always love people that come from your country or the closest to it. Canada. I'm a Canadian now just because Davies is playing for the Canadian national team and Bayern Munich, right? When Davies was signed, I was like watching him. I was like, yes, we got Davies. We got the best young player ever. PSG are the best owners in the world and will pump money into the club no matter what. That's a true statement right there. FSG, oh my bad. Yeah, you are right. FSG for Liverpool. I'm actually oh crap. I cannot imagine. But they're using that good oil relax. I don't know. I don't know. What do Irish people sound like? But FSG are fantastic. I mean, look, Jesus Christ. The whole Moneyball thing they do. How did they get Robertson for 8.5 million? How? That pisses me off as well, actually, because I'm thinking about it. Robertson, he's just so good. How did you get him for 8.5 million? Tell me, right? And the thing is, they got Van Dijk and Alisson for 75 million each, I think. And everyone's like, no, why did Liverpool? But then guess what? They're actually playing exceptionally well, to the point where they're worth 75 million. And the thing is, they've messed up the market for everyone. Now a good center back is above 70 million. Like, come on, right? And then as well, look at Mo Salah and Sadio Mane. How much did Liverpool buy Salah Mane for? Are they not worth every penny? It's like they buy players, but they always do well. Except Keita. I'm glad Keita is failing. I hope he keeps getting injuries. I don't care if there's karma. Karma already hits Bayern. We get Kingsley Coman injured weekly. It's a normal thing for him. I'm actually annoyed, actually. I want to check something. There's no way. How much does Salah cost? Because I remember Mane cost like 28 million, I think. Or 38. Mo Salah, I mean, he's worth 160 million. Come on. What's that about? Mo Salah in 2017 cost Liverpool 46 million. And Bayern's buying Sané for 100 million. If Mo Salah just scores one goal, that's worth 46 million. Right? And his wages, their wage structure as well pisses. How is Van Dijk only like 150k a week? How? He's the best center back in the world. Why hasn't PSG come in and tried to buy him? Why? Oh, I'm so annoyed, actually. This is actually irritating me because they're just so well run. And their fitness department, they're never getting injuries. And when they do, it's for 3 weeks. And and then when they replace someone, that someone always does what, like, look at Origi, playing the Champions League final. But why did he score? Why did he have to score 2? No one asked him to score 2 goals. Come on. I'd love to see Werner and Sancho join Liverpool. Jadon Sancho. I think Jadon Sancho is going to be an exceptional player. As much as, I'm a Bayern fan, and it's not like some great thing I want. Sancho is just so cold. His composure at only 20 right now is a bit insane to me. I've watched the game versus Inter Milan. Sancho has a great opportunity to score, I think. Hold on, Inter Milan versus Dortmund. That's the game I want. He has a great opportunity in front of him to score. And it was an assist. He created an assist. I remember this. He created an assist for in the 77th minute that made them win the game for Hakimi. He was just so composed. I hate Sancho. And there was an assist where he ran through Bayern's team and Sancho is just cold. I love how he plays. I love it. Every bit of it, I love it. Do you think Bayern kept some of the older players for too long? Yes, Arjen Robben and Frank Ribery. As much as Robben and Ribery were my favorite, Robben is my favorite footballer of all time. They did keep him too long. Robben was 36 when he left. Robben was 35, Ribery was 34, which is just a bit insane. Like, think about it. That 30, we didn't replace. They should have been gone 2 years ago. That's the thing. But they're only gone now for a year. So if they were gone 2 years ago, we would have probably signed Sané. And we were going to sign Sané in 2016 before he moved to City. We were to replace Frank Ribery and Arjen Robben. But we didn't because of the reluctance to leave, to let Arjen Robben and Frank Ribery leave. And it also made us falter in the Champions League. That's why we lost. They just didn't have that anymore. I mean, watching the game versus Liverpool last season was the most angry game of my life because we only kept trying one thing. We take Javi Martinez and pass the ball to Frank Ribery on the wings, right? And Ribery was too slow to go against Trent Alexander-Arnold, and I think Ribery actually only got past Trent one time, and Trent actually controlled Ribery. And then who did we bring on? Kingsley Coman. Coman's just injury prone, isn't he? So he always plays like he doesn't want to get injured, but gets injured anyway. So might as well put 1,000% effort. So that was something that, the game versus Liverpool last season, it just epitomized why we shouldn't have kept the players for as long as we did. We shouldn't have. They never should have been here for as long as they were. They should have never been. If they were gone 2 years before, or a year before they were actually gone last year. So 2 years. If they've been gone for 2 years, we would probably have Leroy Sané, we would probably have Leon Bailey, and we would probably have Werner, because Werner was looking for a club. He would have been cheaper, and Bayern were the only club that really knew of him, and Werner is just a great player. Man, thank you for asking me that question, because I've never been asked that. We did keep him too long. And even now, Neuer, I mean, yes, we've replaced him with Nubel, who's coming in the summer, which is great, but as well, when Nubel comes in, Neuer still wants to play. Like, I wouldn't mind selling Neuer at all, actually. I wouldn't, because it would just mean what I want the club to be about, ruthlessness, moving forward. If Liverpool had, what's his name, Karius. He'd been doing well in the 2018 season, but Karius makes one mistake and they sell him off. That's ruthlessness. That's why I think Liverpool is just such a well-run club. And I hope they fall, honestly. I do. I enjoyed them losing and drawing games. But the thing is, I don't think they will fall this easily, though. They'll get this bump, but I think Klopp is just that manager they're going to reinvest. Do you think Bayern should buy Erling Haaland in like a year or so? No. No. Why? Erling Haaland, as much as I think he's a good player, why? Lewandowski is on top of his form, right? He wants to keep playing. Haaland is a player that would need game time to be good, and he doesn't fit the Bayern system. I don't know what I do know what the Bayern system is. We need a striker that can do everything. I don't think you get another striker I've never seen a striker like Lewandowski. I have never in my life seen a striker like Lewandowski. You can say someone like Didier Drogba, but even Drogba didn't. Drogba scored big game goals, but did he score consistently week in, week out, even big game goals? Did he do that every time? No. Did he hold the ball? Did he have technical ability? Did he link up with No, he was more of a poacher, right? Lewandowski is a poacher. He's a long-distance shooter. He's a technical footballer. He can score from free kicks. He's good at dribbling. He has a lot of pace. Right? He controls the attacking tempo. Look at the game versus Chelsea. Just takes the ball, lays it off. Easy. And then Gnabry slips him in behind, and the intelligence. Most strikers would probably shoot for themselves. And, he would have shot with his left foot, and he could have probably scored that. But he just passes it to Gnabry. Like, do you think Haaland is going to do that? No, Haaland is going to immaturely shoot at goal. Now, does that take experience to not shoot a goal? Yes, it does. So he would need to be experienced. But Lewandowski's always had that. There's never been a season where, even when Lewandowski played with Aubameyang, he looked so, immature. And I think over the last 2 seasons, Lewandowski's stepped up. He got older and stepped up his game. Do you think Bayern would do a 10 in a row? No, we won't. No. I think, no, there's no way. Unless we go and get every single good manager at every club. We go and get Marco Rose from Mönchengladbach, Julian Nagelsmann from Leipzig, every single top manager that's competing, right? The manager of Bayer Leverkusen, get all their players, get their managers, make their managers assistant managers, help us out, and then make their players bench players. There's no way. I don't think that's possible at all. There's still a huge part of me that thinks Bayern will probably, there's going to be a game where we draw, because the Bundesliga is tough this year as well. It is so tough. Think about it. We struggled against bottom of the league Paderborn more than we did to Chelsea, and we were playing very well against Paderborn, but they were actually trying to do things. And it was I think the game ended up being 3-2 or 3-1. I have to check because I'm not exactly sure. It was a bit insane. It really was. So yeah, it was 3-2 the game, 3-2, and it was Lewandowski last minute goal that won us that game. But it could have been a draw. That's what I'm saying. Bottom of the league, and we're struggling every game, but we're coming out on top because that's why we're winning. We're just so well in the Champions League. It's because the Bundesliga is pushing us to new levels that we've never seen before. Dortmund did it to us in 2013, which is why we won the Champions League and every trophy, right? Because they pushed us to be better. And Leipzig have been doing it. Leipzig are the most annoying team. I mean, I think if Liverpool came up against Leipzig, they would struggle. I actually watched that game. Yeah, we struggled. We really did struggle. Speaking of Liverpool struggling, have Liverpool struggled against anyone? Have they struggled as much as they did against Atletico Madrid versus anyone? No. Manchester United. United scored. They didn't do anything, parked the bus, right? But not like Diego Simeone parked the bus. United parked the bus like they look to counterattack. Simeone parks the bus like he looks to just park the bus and then score once in a while. But think about it. Did Liverpool struggle against United? Did they struggle? Did Liverpool struggle anywhere? No, because every game they played the exact same, right? They got outplayed in some matches, but then they'd always score. So it just never was competitive enough. Think about it. Liverpool would get absolutely outran, outplayed from 0 to 90 minutes in games, and guess what? It's completely fine because they scored a last-minute goal. And it's always so easy for them, it feels like. So when they went against Atletico Madrid, I said it. I was like, Atletico is going to do a number on Liverpool. Because they don't have anything to lose in La Liga, right? So they're not focused on La Liga anymore. They've lost every Spanish cup they're in. And they probably want to do something against Liverpool. They probably want to upset Liverpool's run. And they go and beat Liverpool 2 legs. Klopp's never lost 2-leg European ties. He lost 2 of them. he didn't lose only 1. He lost 2, right? He's drawn a lot, but he lost 2. And the first time is always the worst time because when you do something for the first time, you don't want to stop doing it. You want to have the same. Well, his players he's gonna lose more games. So thank you for tuning in, the Beast Fortnite player. I'm going to end the stream here, but thanks for the interactions. Mia san mia, and peace.